he's doing a live stream. This is all live. So he's like, well, let's get the coordinates for the atlas. And then here it is. He catches this. But when I looked at this, Joe, I was like, wait, I've seen this somewhere before.
Look
Are
at
you
that.
kidding me? Guys, I've never did this. This is the first time.
Yeah, this is the first time. But look at it.
That is terrifying.
Welcome back, everybody. We are Wild and Weird, West Virginia, and we host Wild and Weird Radio and Wild Weird Radio Live. I'm Joe Perdue, and this is Ron Lanham sitting here beside me. We are your hosts, taking you on a journey into strange realities and beyond. Tonight, we're going to be looking at some pretty interesting video. There's been some stuff circulating. It warrants us jumping in here and doing a video. We have been conducting research for quite a long time, and we've seen some stuff. We take a look at just the data. For those of you guys who might not be familiar with us, we look at just the data, and we only show you the data. When we do speculate, we let you know when.
Yeah, we do. And there's also behind the scenes things that go on because there's a couple of our members, right? The collective. And what we do is basically we share data. So we've been watching this whole 3i Atlas thing, and we've been sharing stuff with Dave Roberts. He's a member of the West Virginia High Strangeness Collective. And we were going back and forth with some stuff on this, all the lunacy that we've seen. We've seen some pretty crazy, just insane headlines that they drive Dave crazy. They drive me crazy,
It's gotten really out of hand.
It's gotten out of hand.
A lot of misinformation and disinformation and fear mongering
right
on out there, and we just decided it was time for us to interject some reality.
So one of the things I saw shared was this video, and it was actually Giorgio Tsoukalos who shared the video that I saw the first time. Okay, so yeah, that guy, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is weird because it's an astronomer. It's not some kind of, this is an AI generated. It's real. It's legit. He's an astronomer. He's a hobbyist, and kind of like Dave. And he's out there, and he's looking for 3i Atlas, right? So I got a little clip from that. I'm just going to show you what it looks like, if it'll let me. Can we see it? Yeah, there we are. Okay, so here we are. We see him there, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me show you what he's doing. There's the sun. So he's
tell him what kind of he's looking.
This is a solar telescope right here, and so he's controlling it from his control room inside here, and he's doing a live stream. This is all live. He's doing this live on his channel.
And a solar telescope uses a very special UV filter.
Sure does.
So that way it doesn't destroy the lens.
Right. And that's how we're seeing. See, I mean, he's got some great prominences coming off the sun. I mean, it's really cool. So he's like, well, let's get the coordinates for 3i Atlas, and let's slew the telescope over that way, and let's see it. And there it is. It just started to do it, right? That's a lens flare right there. And then here it is in the area. He catches this. And this is exactly where on the coordinates, he gives the coordinates and invites people to actually go and look at it themselves, and there it is. Well, I shared it over with you guys and let you look at it. And the thing is, I pointed this out to you. I said, look, there's this one page that's using this image, and I'm like, that looks just like this thing. And it is that thing. It's just Photoshop to crap. I mean, right? I think we can agree that is
100%. What they've done is they've just drove the saturation through the ceiling.
Yeah.
And added a little bit of contrast, but it is the exact same image. It's just upscaled, and it's overdriven.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I could sit here and probably do the same thing to it, but that is the same image, and I think we can agree on that. But when I looked at this, Joe, I was like, this morning is when I said, wait, I've seen this somewhere before. something very similar to this somewhere before. And so we went on a little quest today, didn't we?
Oh yeah, and it took us down some rabbit holes, because when you start looking into this specific shape and where the other likenesses come from,
Yeah,
it's a video that is the center of a ton of controversy.
it really is. So why don't you talk a little bit about what we think this, this kind of reminds us of?
Well, when we're looking at this initially, we're seeing this object, right? And you have this, well, it looks like a saucer, right? It looks like the stereotypical, or some people could say it looks like a crescent moon shape. Well, when you go back in time and you rewind back to the time whenever we set a 12-mile long tether with a satellite on it,
Mm-hmm.
and this tether was designed to scrape through the magnetosphere and test plasma and
Right.
see what the energy was going to be like, see if it was going to be usable and transferable.
Yep, that's
Well,
exactly what happened. And
there was an incident
that was
where
in
said
February.
tether broke.
Yep, February 25th, 1996. That's how long ago this was.
Yep.
And like you said, it's kind of controversial. There's pieces of this that float around from time to time on alien shows and UFO shows and whatnot. It's STS-75. That's the mission. The tether broke. What happens?
Well, you're in space, and momentum is king in space, right? So an object in motion is going to stay in motion. That's Newtonian physics. This tether snaps, and it just goes with momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And NASA begins to film it,
Sure do.
and they're watching this thing move. Now, from this point, things get very, very interesting, because as you can see, this looks almost like something you would be observing in a petri dish full of algae.
It really does, doesn't it? And what's interesting is you actually hear them talking on here, and they're like, "Well, what are we looking at?" And there's a long pause as the as one of the mission control guys is looking at this. He's like, and we see and I can understand the long pause.
The crew can see the tether and see the satellite. It's beautiful. This view showing the satellite.
And then these things start popping out of nowhere.
Now, what we're looking at, many have postulated that it is a swarm of UFOs.
Or something.
Others have said that it is ice.
Mm-hmm.
And you can clearly, if you listen to the audio here, the guys who are observing this say that it's just a bunch of debris. They get that a lot up here. But when you look at some of these things moving, they do look eerily familiar to what was captured just the other day.
Well, I mean, it really does. Like these objects, and look at this, Joe. Watch this. Now, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? I'll step frame it. We'll go step by step. And we can actually see it. Now, what I think we're seeing here is the camera trying to lock onto this thing, and it's kind of focusing. You got to remember, this is an infrared camera. This is this was a camera they were using to actually record the energy, that's going to be coming off of these things. So,
and
how big is this?
To put this in perspective, that rod, roll it back to where you can see the whole length. Right about there.
There.
That's that full length. That is 12 miles long. Okay, guys?
Yep.
12 miles. Now, it is 12 miles long, but it's only 0.1 inches wide.
That is incredible. So what we're seeing here is basically plasma.
This is 0.1 inch diameter cable,
Yeah.
and it is just
Well, it was
glowing
designed.
with plasma.
It was designed to, as you know, to test energy, right? I mean, to test the fact if you could, I guess, pull energy and utilize it somehow. So it was really an experiment. You know, it looks like the experiment worked as far as that goes.
Right, because they're generating a ton of plasma, or at least igniting and having giving the reaction
There we
that
go.
ignites the plasma and makes it visible. Then you have these objects that are moving around in the background. They're all also reflecting or emitting infrared light.
Well, they're doing something. I mean, you know, again, let me find that reference image. Here it is, and pull that over here so we can see this.
It does look eerily familiar.
It really does. Isn't that wild? One could even say weird.
Right?
I just did that.
But you see that it's got that cup shape in it. And you know, what do you make of that, Ron?
I don't know what to make of that. I'm just showing you the data, right? Because I still don't know what this is. We've ice crystals. Let's just go back to what, you know, it's been said.
They said that it could have been ice crystals.
Okay. That whatever we're looking at right here in this one particular frame is moving behind this tether. And we've determined at this point that tether is 90 nautical miles away from the space shuttle.
Yes.
It's either an artifact of the camera system or there's something there. Now,
I think there's something there, but what we're seeing is the interpretation, because this is a sensor. This isn't like a an optical camera.
So let's think about what you just said. What kind of sensor is it?
Infrared.
It's infrared. So what kind of sensor? Well, not sensor, but what kind of filter do you think we have to have over here on this this telescope to point it at the sun? We've got a UV filter on that, right?
UV filter. Yep.
So we're filtering out certain wavelengths of light. And we've shown that sometimes things show up in certain wavelengths of light that we can't see physically, visibly. So here's the problem. There's a lot of people who say that this is a big saucer or some kind of big ship. And granted,
the claim has been made that that's a 3-mile wide saucer.
I mean, I can see how they make that claim, right? If we take that as face value and say that that's a craft, then yeah, this is a 12-mile long object and we know where it's at. But here's the thing. This is what kind of gets me on that. When this thing kind of does its little maneuver here, we can see that the camera starts to kind of blow it out. So that tells me that we're not really seeing what we think we may be seeing. Does that make sense? I think I think that what we're seeing is just something that's gathered like this. It's the charge or whatever that's around whatever the object that is in the center of that thing. So how big is that? Probably not 3 miles, but I don't know what it is. I mean,
yeah, because you got to remember again, that cable is 0.1 inches wide.
Right.
It is 90 miles away from the camera, and it is emitting an absolutely insane amount of plasmatic light.
Yep.
If that's a thing. I think I just made.
I don't think you made a new word.
Light. But it's light being generated from plasma reaction.
But you're not a light scientist, so it's.
I'm not a light scientist. That's right.
We've covered that before, I'm sure. Well, if we haven't, we have now. But look, there it is again. And you see, that's why I kind of think at some point that we're looking at some kind of an artifact, just because it's replicable. If that's the case, then this guy, I mean, come on, Joe. Seriously.
Well, and a lot of these telescopes, they also invert, right?
Yep.
And if you were to invert what you're looking at there, the image that we're looking from NASA is not inverted. It's infrared. It's just forward facing. Bam, there it is.
That's right.
The telescopes often invert. So if we were to flip that image.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Look right there.
You mean kind of like this?
Just like that.
Just like that. And maybe just push it over here like this and up here like that.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
And maybe do, I don't know, this. And, oh, wow.
Look at that.
Kidding me? Guys, I've never did this. This is the first time.
Yeah, this is the first time. But look at it.
That
That's it.
is terrifying. What is that?
I mean, I don't think that we're, like you said, I don't think we're seeing a 3 mile wide object. I think we're seeing
No.
the reflection off of a
Something.
clearly a larger object is emitting, but we're
Okay.
picking up the light from that.
So, all right. So what you're telling me is that, and it's speculation, right? This is not because that's what that is. There's something there. We can agree. What we can also agree on is we don't know what that is,
Right.
but we're pretty sure that's not an ice crystal, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's an ice crystal, I mean, it's plausible that there's a bunch of ice crystals. I mean, we know that there are like hunks of debris and ice, and there's pieces of metals. There's tons of stuff moving around in Earth's low orbit.
Right.
So,
yeah,
you know, that's why we see shooting stars all the time. They're not always asteroids. Sometimes they're space junk.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah.
And you know, you guys have been to a local beach at some point in your lives, I'm sure. You see all the trash that's littered around the beach. Space is 10 times worse. And it's one of these situations where a lot of that stuff is extremely reflective. Metal surfaces, ice is reflective. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you could say it's ice crystals. It could be chunks of metal. It could be. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
But it does. This is yeah.
It's the data. I mean, and you guys can make up your own mind about that. We're not one of the types to run around and saying, you know, 3i Atlas is something that it's not. But on this side here, right here on the left, this is the image that was in the area where he captured 3i Atlas. This is where it's supposed to be. And there's this image that's there. And then over here on the right is something that happened in 1996 during the tether experiment. It's what it is. The official explanation is it's ice crystals. I don't think those are ice crystals. Are they related? I can't say that, but my goodness, those things look identical, Joe.
They do look identical. Like and that's so.
That's a problem.
Being completely objective here, this is problematic. Because yeah, sure, Occam's razor, easiest answer is probably the right one.
Well, if it's the easiest answer, then they're both donuts floating around in space.
They're CDs. They're giant CDs.
CDs. That's right. You know what? Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah. And but you know, we're looking at this, and yeah, there's a ton of debris moving around. We know that there's a ton of debris in space, and if you watch the full video from NASA, 99.9% of those fragments, you can hold a straight line up to the camera, like a straight edge ruler. Like you've got a small scale, you can watch one of them, which angle it's moving, and just set it, and it will move right along that path, because in space, momentum just goes. If you were to, you know, use a magnet to launch something or a slingshot, you know, it's just going to continue going that direction until something stops it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we only discovered like one single thing in here that seems to not play that role, right? And that's
right.
Let me find it real quick.
Yeah,
it's that little guy right there.
It's right there. Yep.
So let me zoom in.
And this one too, that you've got that same kind of donut circle look to it, but this one could just be moving in an arc as well, because this is a forward-facing camera. That's
now we don't know what this blinky stuff's going on. I don't know what that is.
That's weird.
That's weird. But this little guy just seems to come to a stop. And then it's just like, you know, I'm just going to go back where I came from, and starts going backwards. So,
but it is getting smaller as it's allegedly going backwards. That's what.
So it could be a big old arc, like you're thinking. Yeah, you're thinking it's coming up as a big arc and moving over that way, and it might be.
It's coming up from this perspective. Like here it comes, right? Here it comes, moving, and then arcs down like somebody throws a football.
Totally could be. And that's
And it's the only reason I think that is because as it comes up and it looks like it's stopping, but it's actually shrinking at the same time that it stops, and then it begins to drift down.
Yeah.
So it gives the impression that it is moving on an arc.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said,
but that blinking, that's weird. I got
that blinking. Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know. I mean, and there's a few of them that are doing it. Like this guy, they're doing it.
But now, have you noticed too that they're all blinking at on the same angle? Like, could that be related to the light? Is it because they're spinning and reflecting like a?
And you also notice that this one
erratic pattern
comes into existence right here. Just boom, there he is. Yeah, I don't know.
And if you look at that one that's scooting across the bottom
down here, yeah,
like that looks like it's just spinning.
That looks like an amoeba just moving around in the water,
like Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's Pac-Man. Oh, Pac-Man just went the up.
Well, look at the camera tilt though.
Is it moving? Is the camera moving? I can't tell. Judge the sun. The camera's not moving, dude.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hang on here.
Okay, so we have one that does move.
Hold up.
There's a couple that move in a bizarre.
Yeah,
this is the only one that's actually truly changed course.
That's Blinky. He moves and goes.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. We got one.
Blinky takes a dive. Look at that. Yep. Old Blinky there takes a dive. There he goes. Check that out.
Now this is behavior that we've recorded before.
This is definitely behavior that we have recorded before. And then
swoop, makes a pretty clean turn, and
he's gone. And
that,
then probably something like this happens.
Yeah, right. Never a straight answer TV. To be continued.
So you do remember this, right? Like NASA TV, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like you could watch NASA TV and you could see things like that, and then after a few of these missions, you couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, they can show
so yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm just thinking it's kind of weird that we're seeing a parallel in an image today.
Yeah,
that was just taken 3 days ago or 2 days ago, whatever it was. And then something was happened in 1996.
It's wild, dude.
It's weird.
It is pretty weird. Doing that sync up tonight. That's.
Yeah, we never did that. So that was the cool part, you know.
You got to see our reactions in real time with that.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome because I mean, never expected that to sync up that well. But I think we can definitely say that the image is from that content creator that is showing up on some of these less than credible sites thumbnails. And I think that there's a really weird and very bizarre similarity between his image and whatever was captured in STS-75 back in 1996.
When you're looking directly at the sun and at a bright object like that too, sometimes the lens itself can cause that kind of a artifact of itself. It's seeing itself basically, but it's weird.
I still think that we could be dealing with some kind of artifact from the optics. That's where I'm at with it. We could be dealing with an artifact from the optics. I am not going to run out and say that 3i Atlas is a donut. I mean, I would be okay with that. I'll be honest. I like donuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I thought it warranted enough weirdness for us to get on here and do this and draw that out, because hey guys, if you've got the data, there it is. You go out and it's from the mission STS-75,
and we'll put a link down below to go check out the actual NASA footage, and you can watch it straight and make your own determination.
You can make your own. Make your own determination. I'll put the link in there from was it Dobsonian something was his name? I can't remember.
It's Ian Dobson Power, but it's Dobson Ian Power.
Yeah.
So
from we'll put a link in there for the creator of that video as well, and you can make up your own mind and again, no one's telling you what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably not. Yeah, I've seen some weird
It's not
stuff.
an invasion force.
It's not an invasion force.
We can cross our fingers. We can hope, but
it's not an invasion force.
Yeah, it's weird. It's the.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of stuck. That one, man, that's odd.
Gets to you, right? It's just
that one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've watched this footage all day long. I've sat and like off and on while we went out, and I had to go do some work after work, and I watched it again on my phone because I was watching it on the screen previously. And I watched it on my phone. I would blow it up and move around and stuff. I still think that a ton of that's debris or space junk. There's some weird stuff. There's that one, like 1, 2 maybe out of millions of objects.
I would say that there's at the most there's 3 anomalies at the most. One definite anomaly, and that's the one that curves.
One that curves. That's what I was looking for the whole time, and I didn't see one that curved. And then we're sitting here watching it right here live with you guys.
There it was.
Bam, there it was.
There it was. And the first time I saw this was ages ago. Actually, about when this mission happened, and that was thanks to Sightings, the old Sightings show.
It ran on Sightings.
That's right. So
there was a History Channel show that ran it as well.
Well, it's been on Ancient Aliens a few times now.
Yeah.
But are they giant 3-mile long motherships? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. That's neither here nor there. That's for others to make their own mind up on. But what we can tell you is they sure do look a lot alike, whatever they are.
They do.
So, hey Joe, did we just prove that 3i Atlas is a giant mothership in a weird way?
I kind of hope so.
No, we didn't. But someone's going to take that. I'll bet you someone's going to take that.
I know, right? Guys, come check us out every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We go live. We have a blast. We've got a great community that shows up every week, and we cover a wide range of topics, and we reach way beyond West Virginia. It's just where we're located. It's where we call home. And I mean, it's full of weird, so why not, right?
Oh, it's the weirdest state out there, dude. There's
absolutely.
And we're proud of it. We're very proud of it. And if you've seen anything wild or weird in your neck of the woods, please contact us, send it in, or better yet, record your message, your video, etc., audio, video, whatever, and drop it right there to that email, and we'll it may show up on Wild and Weird Radio Live or a podcast in the future. Either way, we'll let you know.
So, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys coming checking this out. Hope you learned something tonight. I know that we actually got to see us make some observations in real time, which is always fun because you get to see how it plays out and how we work together.
Well, Joe, back in 1996, I didn't have a production studio to sit around and, I think was that Windows 3.
Windows 3 or Windows 90. No, Windows 90. No, Windows 97 hadn't came out yet.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. It makes me feel old. So,
all right.
Yeah, we're